It's been exhilarating to return and meet everyone with our new video about your true power. We hope you enjoy the video and continue to support our channel. The video will share and help you understand more about how to balance yourself and expand your inner power as you show up in your wholeness.
Your inner being has a perspective of everything that you're about moment by moment by moment. And when you get crossways, and we mean that, when you get crossways of the way your inner being feels about something, then you get agitated, then you get wonky, then you get out of sorts. And it is that relationship between you and you that we want to call your attention to incessantly, rather than reacting to what others have got going on with theirs, because that will keep you out of balance all the time. As you're trying to speculate, well, what went wrong there, or what was that all about? All you do is add vibrational countenance to it in your own regard. In other words, all you do is practice a vibration that may not be serving you. And so we're asking something rather precarious from you. It's a little tricky, because you were born into this leading edge time-space reality as an extension of pure positive energy. And you deliberately were born into contrasting situations, variety. And as you are then in this variety, the variety is what causes you to form your own opinions. It's what causes you to put things into your own vortex. It is exactly what causes your personal expansion. And collectively, it's what causes the expansion of your time and space. It's also what causes the expansion universally. You are the leading edge of that which is us. And your exposure to your contrast is important to the expansion of all things, you see. And so the precariousness of your situation is that it's important that you explore, because if you don't know what you don't want, you don't know what you do want, you cannot choose. You could not even focus without that contrast. And yet at the same time, we're asking you, while you are exploring the contrast, don't get too carried away in the knowing what you don't want part of it. What you are really wanting, step one happens without you having any conscious realization of it, really. Step two is not your work. That's the work of your inner being, those like us. Step three is what your work really is, which is lining up with who you really are. But sometimes you want to beat the drum of what went wrong much longer than is necessary or practical or of value to you. And so, as you are the creative genius that you are, we are anticipating that in this environment, it may be easier for you to explore the positive aspects of the conditions that surround you, because there certainly are many. But still, we really do not want you to train yourself to be conditional. We would so much rather that you care about how you feel than anything else. Because when you care about how you feel, now your thoughts are more easily guided by you toward the things that you've been asking for, or better stated, toward the things that you have become. We want to begin today by reminding you that when life causes you to ask for something and you shoot without even knowing you've done it, a rocket of desire, a vibrational request into the universe, you create a vibrational version of you that is, from our point of view, current. It's present tense. We want you to understand how this universe works, and we want you to understand how you feel when you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and how you feel when you're not, and what the results of either choice really are. Don't do it for anyone else, because you don't owe anything to anyone. But it is what you intended to do. You said, I will come forth into a physical environment and I will explore the variety that surrounds me. And from this magnificent variety of wanted and unwanted experiences that I will be exposed to, I will come to my own personal conclusions about who I am, who I am, who I am, not who I will be, who I am. Because the only power that you have is in the now. It's the amness of now. Not the what I will be and not the what I have been. It's who I am now, which means how I feel now. How I feel now. How am I managing my thoughts now? What am I choosing from whatever is around me? What am I focusing on? What am I focusing on? And what is it creating emotionally within me, because you have the power to create within yourself emotionally in any point in time something that feels very good to you. And when you do that, that means you are in the now, in sync with the now of your inner being, which means there's no separation between the now of your inner being, where everything that you want is, and the now of who you are, which means there's a smooth transfer right into your manifested experience. Everything that you have been dreaming of and everything that you have been hoping for, now you are in vibrational alignment with it. And now the vibration and the thoughts that are in this vibrational reality are turning to the things of your life. The rendezvous that you're having, the people that you are meeting, the thoughts that are coming into your mind, the ideas. Your timing becomes perfect. You just glide on this smooth transfer of information from thought to thing and thought to thing and thought to thing, with magnificent things showing themselves to you all around you. Evidence, not of your worthiness, that's a given. Well, you don't know it, but evidence of your alignment. Evidence of your alignment with the whole of who you are. Do you think that you're ever going to accomplish a vibrational grid that's going to serve you for the rest of your life? It's moment by moment by moment. That's the fun of all of it. It would be like being a wonderful athlete, let's say a tennis player, really enjoying the game, who wins all of the top honors and then says, no point in ever playing again. And we say, really? We thought you were playing because you liked the agility that your body discovered. We thought you liked to play because you liked the clarity and the strength of your body. We thought you liked it every time you put that ball right where you meant to put it. We thought you liked the intuitive feeling that you had when you anticipated where the ball was going and you were there to meet it. Even when that other guy is so good that he usually surprises people. We thought you liked the game. Are you saying you only like the trophy? You see. And you all came for the game. And the game never ends, you see. You got to keep playing. You got to keep playing, and you got to keep winning, but you got to keep playing, because there's always another game and another game and another game and another game. Every moment there's another game. There's another point of clarity. There's another opportunity to uplift. There's another opportunity to have way more fun than you've ever had before. That grid is just ripe. The vortex is ripe with whatever the grid is ready to allow, you see. Your work is to prepare the grid. Your work is to be ready for what's ready. It's ready. The question is, are you? Are you ready? And if you're having fun, you're ready. If you're chilling, you're ready. If you're happy, you're ready. If you're flowing with enthusiasm, you're ready. If you're ornery, you're not ready for what's in the grid you want. You're ready for what's in those other grids. Feeling of responsibility is not being ready. I feel responsible to my point of attraction. What am I doing wrong? You're feeling responsible and self-critical. You can't allow what's in your vortex if you're self-critical. Well, what do I do? How do I learn? How do I be smarter? By going general. I understand the laws of the universe. I believe that I offer a point of attraction. I accept that I've lived a lot of life and that I've put it there. I know enough from what I've heard and felt from Abraham to know that these laws are substantial and consistent. I don't want to ask to be the exception in the universe. I can go with the flow of the laws. I can do that. I want to be happy. I want to be happy, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be happy. I'm willing to stop being responsible if it's necessary to being happy. I'm not going to take on more than is mine to take on. I'm not going to try to control the world. I'm not going to try to control what others are thinking or doing. Lighter, lighter, lighter. I'm going to trust that they all have an inner being. I'm going to trust that they will find their way. I'm going to look for my way and trust that others will find theirs. Lighter, 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 lighter. We're not supposed to ever get it all figured out. There's always more to figure out, more and more and more. I'm going to use my point of attention right here and now, my point of power, which is where me and me converge. It's where the non-physical inner being me and the physically focused me is where we converge. I'm going to converge right here in this now moment, and I'm going to feel good while I do it. I'm going to feel good. So then you turn on the television and there's something troubling. Turn it off.
Right.
You keep thinking about it. Change the subject in your mind. Somebody calls you, it's upsetting. Hang up. As you keep thinking about it, you're still upset. Change the subject. In other words, just keep reminding yourself, I'm going to tend to my point of attraction, which mostly means I'm going to mind my own business, which mostly means I'm going to do my best to feel good as best as I can. And I'm getting better and better and better and better and better at this. The thing that's interesting is that you all have big lives, and the bigger your life is, the more components you have. Sometimes you feel like you have too many moving parts. There's too much for you to control. But there's not too much for law of attraction to manage. And all you have to do is look among the moving parts, pick a target that feels good to you, focus upon it until you've established it as your set point, lock into it and maintain it, and then law of attraction will give you feedback to let you know how well you've done. Sometimes, since it's easier to just observe than it is to subtly interpret the vibration, you just observe, which means you hold yourself in a mixed vibration. I like that, I don't like that, I want that, I don't want that. And so your point of attraction is scattered and bringing you more of all of that. Once you decide that you're going to explore the subtle vibrations, which means you have to feel your way there, you can't just observe, then what happens is you think and feel and think and feel and think and feel. You have to be aware. Esther would say to Jerry as they were driving sometimes, she would say, I don't know what I was thinking about, but I don't feel good. And he'd say, well, what conversation were you having in your mind? And sometimes it would take her a little while to trace herself back to what it was that was bothering her. But there always is a vibrational root. And every time you are bothered by something, it always means the same thing. It means that what you've got active, which means something you're thinking about, is a different opinion than your inner being, who has an opinion on the same subject. Yeah. And if you can just remember that, but think about it. Your inner being is always more general. Ooh. You're the specific part of it. So your inner being is always more general. Now, stay there with us. You like that? Are you feeling the relief of that?
Yeah.
Your inner being is more general. Your inner being is focused upon what you want in a more general place. So you can always go back to that more central, more centered, more stable, more sure place, and then reach forward to be more specific again. And you can tell by the way you feel whether you're feeling your way in the direction of what you want. And then once the momentum starts happening, suddenly you come out of what feels like darkness because you're not using your eyes when you're feeling emotionally. And suddenly it all lights up and you know exactly what to do. You see it. The idea flows to you as clearly as it did in your dream when you were flying.
Thank you for your time. We hope you enjoy this video and will share it with others to help those in need. Subscribe now for our next video.